Well, this is the show Playmakers that was on for one season. And you're probably saying if it was on for one season, then how can it be any good? Well, I'll get into that. Just not yet. I'll do that right after this.
You get into fitness, you're likely to get into athlete's foot, and that could be tough. I mean, look at this. You've got all that itching and cracking stuff, and watch this. Boom, even burning. You see that? Now, that's what you call a really tough case. That's when you want a medicine that acts tough. Boom, tough-actin Tenactin. See, Tenactin cures even tough cases of athlete's foot fungus. It's clinically proven. No wonder it's recommended by pharmacists. You got a tough case of athlete's foot? Get this. Boom, tough-actin Tenactin.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that wonderful commercial. Since I'm doing a football show, yeah, okay, I guess I am doing another sports thing. So this could go either way. Well, Dookie of the Year did good. So, anyway, so since we're getting into the most people apparently are itching to get back into the NFL season. So I figured since they're itching, I'll do an athlete's foot commercial with John Madden, who always made us laugh during these commercials, and they were always on during football games. So I figured, hey, Madden always makes me laugh. Oh, my alarm's going off.
That made you
I
laugh.
woke up John Madden. What? Unfortunately. So, yes, so I'm kind of bringing back memories here of John Madden on these commercials. So yes, we did lose a few stars this week. We lost Malcolm Jamal Warner. Unfortunately, he was of course in the Cosby Show and The Resident, and of course we lost the legendary Ozzy Osbourne. And now I will get into Playmakers. And oh yeah, we lost a lying piece of crap too. So so we we did lose a professional wrestler who was in a steroid scandal. So moving on to Playmakers.
Oh,
Um, the dusty cover, the Hulk Hogan.
why don't you tell us how you really feel over
I am just so sad. That's why I'm speechless.
Uh-huh.
But but Malcolm Jamal Warner, can you believe it? So, anyways,
Oh,
so
we wouldn't go to the guys who want to know,
yes, a very very interesting week for celebrities, at least two of them. So so now I will get into the show Playmakers. This is there aren't really any real big stars in this. You will recognize a couple of them. Tony Dennison, I looked up. He was in a lot of crime shows. Russell Hornsby, I guess he was in Grimm. That was his.
You guess?
Fine, he was
We
in
looked it up.
Grimm. He was also in an episode of Castle. He was in Creed 2. So he plays Leon Taylor in this. I'm sorry, Tony Dennison is the head coach. And we also have Omar Gooding. People will know him from hanging with Mr. Cooper, and he was also in Smart Guy, and he is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s younger brother. So he is
No.
he
You didn't say it. Go ahead.
okay. So he actually plays the star running back in this show. And that's a little bit of a weird part for him because he was sort of he wasn't really an athletic type of character in his other TV shows. In this one, he is actually fighting with Leon Taylor for the start. Well, he is the young starting running back. At this time, when I used to watch football, running backs were actually taken in the first round of the draft. They were actually the ones you wanted to also get in fantasy football. So running backs were a big deal at this time. The quarterback, played by Christopher Wheel, who plays McConnell, he is not really. He is a main character in the show, but they aren't really putting it around the quarterback. The main characters are the running backs
Who's your favorite running back?
of all time.
No, now.
Oh my god! Right now, I hate to be a bandwagon person here, but it's probably Barkley for the Eagles. Yeah, so Demetrius Harris and Leon Taylor are kind of the two running backs that are duking it out. Demetrius Harris is always in trouble and somehow always getting away with it. So,
Like you.
ha ha ha. Well, this is one of the reasons why the show only lasted a season. They're showing how people go around drug tests, um, what it's like being an NFL. Slight. They're giving you a very basic of how an NFL player lives and how they cheat. And the NFL did not like this. They actually threatened ESPN to pull the plug on this show, or the NFL was going to leave ESPN. So they kind of figuratively put a gun to their head. So ESPN pulled the plug on the TV show because it talked about the contracts for kickers, how they're not guaranteed. So yes, the NFL was very very. They did not like the show one bit, and they were also telling, I believe, anyways, they were telling people on ESPN, they were telling sports broadcasters that the show was terrible. I remember hearing it on the radio. The guys on WGR, the sports station, actually bashed this show. So, and I was dumb enough to listen to them for a couple weeks, anyways. And I decided to actually try it. Me and my friend actually tried it for ourselves without listening to them, and we, my from one friend, Geoff. At the time, we were friends. We were in college, and we watched the show, and we actually liked it. We showed it to other people, and they liked it. So it wasn't just us. It was just that they. No, no, no. That's somebody else. And now he did not watch the show because of ESPN. He told him not to, and he actually did what they said. So the people we did, the normal people we showed this show to, they actually did enjoy it. Um, so now there was a couple things in here too. Not the main stars, but some of the guys that they faced. Michael Vick was just entering the league at this time, and there was a quarterback that was very, very mobile. So they do kind of show stuff like that, how they show a mobile quarterback running for 60 or 70 yards. Michael Vick did that a couple times in his career. So this was just getting to that point as well. So there were a lot of changes going on in the NFL in that time, and this show did. And the show obviously did copy that from the NFL and brought it to you here. So there's some other things that go on too. There's a linebacker named Eric Olchek, who isn't the who plays with a lot of heart. He's one of the linebackers. He's a hard hitting linebacker. It shows that he doesn't have a lot of speed, but he is persistent and he always shows up. So, and there's a lot of players like that that are coaches really do like coaching because they always show up and they always put 110% in. So is Leon Taylor is the aging running back in this. Like I said, he's competing with Demetrius Harris, but that's why he's just got off an ACL knee surgery, so they drafted Demetrius Harris to as their other running back. So Leon Taylor tries to make it back in the lineup, but he is a little bit slower. So this does cause a slight problem. And there's also Bill Gerwitz, the receiver, who is the who is actually a homosexual on the team. So that, and in 2004, things were a little different with football players. That wasn't really heard of. So you'll have to ask a bunch of meatheads that question. So
I would not put it on the face.
he's actually a very important part of that offense. So the owner, Mr. Will Banks, he's been in things. He was in the movie Dragnet. Um, he is definitely your typical NFL owner. He is a typical whitehead. Doesn't like a lot of change. He's older, and he always seems to clash with the head coach. So there's little conflicts here that do go on, and I believe this does go on in the NFL because the owners main goal, I'm sorry to break everybody's hearts here, is to make the most money. Not to win championships, but to make the most money. So now I will show the. Well, And so that might be part of it. So I will now actually show the first clip, and this is going into the hitting here. A legal hit, but it does end up injuring somebody anyways. So I will get into the first clip in just a second.
I hit this guy clean. No penalty or nothing. Coach told me it saved the game. Even got a game ball.
Well, this is the first clip, and yes, accidents do happen. So the guy that is obviously in the hospital is not happy. His kid is out there, and he's not happy either. So so Olchek is trying to make it better. Now I don't know if players really visit players when they're in the hospital in this condition on the opposite team. I'm not sure if they really do that, but it's showing the character of the player right off the bat. So the opening scene, I guess, does kind of grab the audience. I think it definitely gets their attention. So now they have their little team breakfast, and this is the week after this incident did happen. And Olchek is thinking about it at this wonderful team breakfast. And Leon Taylor goes in line. They don't have his cream of wheat. So they're already kind of pulling things away from him that he would normally have on game day. So Demetrius Harris is also not at this mandatory team breakfast. He is in the car doing some nose candy with his offensive lineman buddy, Buffalo James. You may have recognized Buffalo James from the movie Crimson Tide and Dangerous Minds. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Oh, man. Rub it into the car. Rub it into the car. Get back on the road. Rub it into the car. I gotta get this stuff off.
Well, this is Demetrius Harris here, who has obviously he has the white candy, the white nose candy in his car, and so one of the cops do end up seeing it. So yes, this is one of these athletes that Mike Greenberg loves to suck up to on the show Get Up. So obviously the cops have him get out of the car, so that is not good. So he's late for the team breakfast, and now he might be late for the game. So let's see what else he gets away with. I'm going to show the owner, the wonderful Will Banks, who is a very delight to be around. So I will show that clip in just a second.
The owner of the team calls you in, shows you the tapes. You're thinking, I'm done, you know? I have to bug an uncle for a job in his garbage truck in Jacksonville. And it happened.
I suggest you make your ways.
The moment you really suggested you change your ways. No shit.
Well, this is what happens. He found out when he gets to the NFL, things are just that easy. You can get away with pretty much murder at times. Um, I mean, ask Marshawn Lynch. He hit somebody and got away with it. So obviously, he's just at a party. He tells him to change his ways, and then he rips up. And yes, folks, for to the younger audience, this is a VHS tape. So he just sort of just takes that tape and just tears it up. So now we will see how the wonderful owner, who is so delightful, treats Leon Taylor, the aging running back. And I will show that clip in just a second.
Take on the Big Ten. We're getting no supplementals this year. Okay? No gimmies. So you actually have to earn your money. Fine. End of the week.
I think what the coach is doing is wrong.
I know you do. Give me Vinci on the phone. So we seen the model of the new stadium? Oh, you're not going to believe it.
Look, I think you know I don't complain much. I do my job and let my performance speak for itself. But I gained 1,125 yards last year. In 12 games, I carried this team.
Well, this is how the owner treats the aging running back here. Obviously, he's playing favorites, and this does tend to happen because this guy is just running a business. He's not Mister. He's not exactly a nice guy. That's not what they are. I don't care what anybody says. No owner in the NFL is actually a nice guy. So this is the last clip I'm going to show of episode 1. This is the show that this is the episode that really had to get people hooked. And this is obviously I really did enjoy this first episode a lot. Now, the second episode that I'm going to show, now this does get into the drug testing and how players are able to dodge it. So this is definitely an episode that the NFL did not want people to see. I think this is where the announcers started to try to get people to not watch the show. And people really do listen to these mindless idiots on TV. So, so I will show the first clip from the second episode in just a second.
Such a prick.
Well, you didn't hear this from me, but the piss man's coming. You're on the list.
When?
Soon. Before the next game.
Well, here you have it. So the owner warns him that the man that does the drug testing is coming. They call him the P man.
So you're not saying that that's
Oh well, the owner has plenty of money to give Julie $1, but I don't think he's going to. Well, I have a $10 sad penalty, I guess. So now so yes, the P man is coming. So I think there's actually two people on that list. Well, that's just what they call him, just because he's an authoritative figure. So yeah, they just it's kind of a disrespectful name to give him. So now when they do this drug test, it's interesting. They don't just pee in a cup. They actually make them actually get fully naked and pee. So that way they don't think there's any funny business going on. But there are other ways to sneak around a drug test. So we will get into that in a little while. So now the NFL did not want you to see this part at all. So they're looking for the quarterback because they're giving out game balls, and one of them was to an offensive lineman, which was pretty cool for a TV show to actually acknowledge an offensive lineman. Those guys usually don't get any acknowledgement at all. So okay, so that's another reason why ESPN is mad because now you've confused them. So now I will show you the quarterback on the team, McConnell, and he is getting a ice bath, and he's got some recreational goodies by his side. So I will show that part in just a second.
Life expectancy of the average American is 76. Life expectancy of a pro football player is 58. No shit. It's not easy cutting 20% off your life. You need help. Naproxen, indomethacin, Vioxx.
So this is all the wonderful pills that this quarterback is taking, and this is actually a common thing. Pain meds were I hate to say it, they probably are still a thing in the NFL. Some players also, this is one of the reasons why some of them actually smoked weed was to get away from the pain pills, and they smoked that to heal their pain. They're in a lot of it, I guess, the day after, especially offensive linemen. They take the biggest beating, believe it or not. So now Leon Taylor, the aging running back, like I've said before, is looking for um, a way to get help to try to beat out Demetrius Harris, and he is looking to take steroids or some type of um, performance enhancing drug to get a little bit faster and stronger. So he is worried about being drug tested because he does a lot of charity work with the community, which a lot of them do. They also end up becoming chairmen of those charities, so they do end up getting money later on in life. Oh, yeah, people don't like to believe that either. So Leon Taylor's worried about being randomly drug tested. So he found a little bit of help from his wonderful offensive lineman named Guard Dog. So he actually has the list. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Testing is like one of the worst kept secrets in the league.
I get it. That's what they say, but how do you know?
I got a source inside the substance abuse program. Check this out. The league stationary and everything. Those are the 2 players being tested this week. You're not one of them. Which means if you know when you're going to be tested, you cycle off, you never get caught.
Well, this is the list here. I guess Guard Dog has somebody on the substance abuse, whatever you want to call it, the assistance program or something. So he is able to get this list. And again, I'm sure this happens. I'm sure every player has this list. So this is what they do, and it seems like a pretty good plan. But what happens when a player gets cut? Let's find out in the next clip.
Yes, I know, so this man isn't going to test a player who's no longer on the team. They test 2 players a week. This week, Mendez was supposed to be one of the 2. Now he's gone, and someone will be taking his place, and that someone could be me. Look.
So this is the last clip that I'm going to show in this episode. So the kicker gets cut, which does happen if they do miss kicks. Their contracts are not guaranteed, so you can just cut a kicker just like that. You won't be penalized. The only thing is you got to try out, obviously, another kicker, and hopefully he will turn out for the best. It has happened before. So anyways, so the kicker gets cut, so now somebody else moves up on the list. I'm not going to tell you who that is because you're going to have to find out for yourself. But let's just say that it is chaos because it could be Leon, it could be Guard Dog, or it could be somebody else. So the quarterback is going through some problems. It seems like the whole team, everything's a problem. They wake up and there's a problem. So so I don't know if this is how most teams are run, but this one is obviously in pure chaos. So I did skip an episode, so a lot did happen. Demetrius Harris cost him the game, and Leon got into a little bit of trouble. He pulled a Warren Moon, and now he could be working at Bella Pizza if he gets caught with a um, domestic dispute. So I will show that little clip in just a second.
Where are you going to be?
I don't know, bookstore? Theater maybe?
Robert. Look, this is a big day for me. For us.
And Rose will be here with the kids till you get
Oh,
home.
wait. Now, you know I would do anything to take that moment back.
And you know it's not about that.
Because that's what it was. A moment. One.
Ooh, that hurts. So obviously this is not good. This does happen more than people really realize. Um, this was obviously just an accident, but something similar did happen to Warren Moon, and I think that's why he is not on any of the NFL shows. Very smart person, deserves to be, but there was a minor domestic dispute, and he got into a little bit of trouble, and it did seem to scar him, which was in his case, it was a little bit unfair. It was one incident and it was very, very minor. Something like this did happen, and she unfortunately kept talking, and it does turn into something. And this is what turns into the drama for this show because it does drag on to other episodes. And the same thing with Demetrius Harris because there was also a nightclub shooting and that seems to drag on because somebody was killed and he covered up for a friend. So this could obviously cause problems later on in the show. So he's keeping his friends. Not the it isn't the big guy in the car. That guy honestly doesn't do anything wrong. He's the big guy in the car is actually a big Whitney Houston fan in this show, and he actually wants DH to do the right thing by turning him in, or he's going to keep playing Whitney Houston just to make him mad instead of his rap music. So there are little things that his good friend, his I guess you can say his angel, and then his devils that he was with before he became a professional football player are the ones that are kind of causing the problems for him. So, anyways, I'm going to show the next clip here. I'm actually jumping ahead to episode 4, I believe, no 5, and it pretty much shows the medical crew, which is so many people on standby, and some games are quiet, or some games could be a problem. So it's like one of those mornings where you just wake up and everything's a problem. We're about to see that in just a second.
Other games. Get me an injury report. English game. I want to know who's available. Little shit, put 8 men in the box. Hasn't done that all year. Look, Red.
Well, obviously here everything is a problem. It is pure chaos. It's like when your Southwest Airlines flight got canceled. It is just pure chaos, and everybody's angry. So now I will show the next clip here. So when a quarterback throws an interception, now this is going to make the fake sports guys mad, and this is also going to make Generation Boring mad too, as long as people that have nightmares about Ric Flair and Charlie Sheen as well. So let's see this. When this quarterback makes interceptions, let's see what his solution is. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Here.
Hello. Pretty tough day so far, Phil. I really need some good news.
Right. Well, as I see it, you have a few options. There is Tom Blonde with the Deacon. There's a Tom Brunette with a Deacon.
Well, this is what McConnell does when he throws interceptions. He wants to get dates. So he mentions about maybe like 2 to 3 girls, and this is the team's manager. So I don't think this was in his job title. So I would not doubt if things like this actually do happen. I'm not. I'm not saying it happened with my team, but I just wouldn't be surprised if some of those guys have binoculars and they're pointing out dates for some of those players to help them loosen up a little bit. So I guess if you throw 3 or 4 interceptions a game, I guess this is what you do to kind of distract you from that problem. So, we were just discussing this. Maybe that's why Josh Allen threw so many interceptions in his first couple seasons. And we all know that he did have accuracy issues. But there is Brett Favre. And why did he throw that crucial interception sometimes during games? Maybe he had one of his managers maybe point out a girl in the stands or something like that. Marino could have been another one. We didn't throw many interceptions, but Ken O'Brien to name some, Todd Collins, Matt Rogers. Oh, there's quite a bit that are on the interception list, and maybe that's why they ended up doing it. Who knows? So I know this is going to make some people angry, but yeah, this is what these guys do. So um, now I will show some other players do some other things to blow off steam that is maybe not as healthy. And I will show that in just a second. Demetrius Harris is in trouble again.
What do you mean? I'll have to spell it out for you. A lot. He's a guy. Jerome.
You're asking me to buy you a
I
drink?
ain't asking you to do shit.
I can't do that, man.
Well, this is the last clip of this episode that I'm going to show. So this is DH doing his drugs here. He's obviously going through withdrawal, and he's asking Gerwitz to purchase him drugs. So he does give him the money. Gerwitz does purchase the drugs, and Gerwitz is actually the football player that ends up being homosexual. No. And because he bought him drugs, this later on could be a problem. So now I will show the another episode here. We have the Michael Vick type of player that plays for Phoenix. So Olczek's job is to contain him. So at the beginning of this game, he does not. So let's just see what happens at the end of the game. It doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Tell. Because when you know two caps means pass, you have to just level the playing field. You actually got the advantage.
Well, this can happen from time to time. So this is why they don't really allow any of these 5-on-5s to really take place. The two teams went to the same strip club. They played a little two-hand touch football in the parking lot. And like I said, Olczyk is a smart player. So he will learn some tells that this quarterback has. And when his hand taps the ball twice, that means pass. That means he's not going to run. So he picked this up on a simple pickup game. So this is one of the problems with young quarterbacks sometimes. They don't realize that they're giving their signals away. And this is like right around the time where Michael Vick was really coming into his game. And before he was in the dogfighting, he was just into football. So Hawkins, the quarterback there, was kind of copying the Michael Vick of the NFL. So now I will show the final clip, and we do get to see the gay football player, who is, by the way, a main part of their offense. So let's see how they treat that main part of their offense when he does eventually come out. So I will show that clip in just a second. Well, I know you did not like this scene very much. So the player just comes out of the closet, and look what happens. He comes out, and they pretty much beat the bejeebers out of him. He does earn some respect though from McConnell and Nelson, but I guess that's not really. This is their own player, whether you agree with him or not. Although this is something that he is just the way he is. This is not a crime by any means, and like I said before, he is one of the reasons why this team is winning.
Why does it matter if he's gay or not?
I don't know, ask them.
I can't. I'll spin all the things.
So not every player is obviously disgusted with this, but on a football team, all it takes is pretty much just a few bad apples to create a bad play. So, so unfortunately, it does not end real well for Gerwitz. And yes, he does have a girlfriend that he's planning on marrying to protect his image from other. If he does get released from this team, it will help him get onto another team. If it does come out publicly that he is, another team may not pick him up. So he's thinking about his career. So I'm obviously not going to tell you what happens to him, but after this practice, he does gain some respect from some of his players. So this is the final clip I'm going to show, and then I'm going to give my little review on this. And obviously, I don't know what if this is streaming on any of the services. I have no idea, but this is one that I will recommend to people, even if you don't like sports. There were people that I showed this to, and they ended up loving this show. So, um, so now I am going to highly recommend it. So if I had to grade this, I would give this probably a B rating. It isn't great, but it is good, and I think it should have stayed on longer than one season. I think they could have gotten better with it if they actually stuck with it. But because the NFL is a bully like it is, it's got the final say in the matter. So I will be sharing this video with a few people on Facebook. Some of my relatives wanted to see this, so I will send it to them. So this is definitely one to check out. So there aren't any capes and lasers. This is a football show. So 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 yeah. So subscribe if you want. Comment, and thank you very much for watching.